To answer a question that I get asked a lot is where can I get a Windows product key, which is where this video sponsor cdkdeals.com comes in. So on cdkdeals.com you can get Steam, Origin, Uplay, PlayStation, and even gift cards at discounted prices. But the thing that I'm most interested in right now are the Windows product keys. So if we just search in the top here for Windows, and you can see that we have Windows 10 Professional OEM Global product keys. So these will work anywhere in the world. So now we can take this Windows 10 Pro product key, and we can just click Buy Now. Now this is already pretty cheap at $21.46, but if we go over here to the promo code, and we enter Ben25 and click Apply, then we can get this copy of Windows 10 Pro for only $16.09. So now let's submit this order to get this underway. And right here we have access to our Windows 10 Pro product key. Now I didn't think I was going to be excited about a Windows product key, but here we are. So let's roll the intro and I'll show you what to do with this. So here I have a Windows 10 Pro product key that we just purchased. We can load this VM. Now this is loading the Windows 10 ISO directly from Microsoft. Right here, we can enter the product key that we just purchased. And now with the product key typed in, we can hit next, and it's going to check to validate to make sure that that is a real Windows 10 Pro product key. And now you can see because it recognized that it was a Windows 10 Pro product key, it didn't even ask us which version of Windows to install because it knows that that product key is specific for Pro. Now we just got to sit back and wait while it finishes installing Windows 10. So yep, we're in Canada. We're using a US keyboard. We're gonna skip. I'm gonna set this up for personal use. Now if you've watched my other videos, you know that I'm gonna do an offline account so that way my user folder is not my email address. Now we can just sit back and wait because they're getting everything ready for us. And it might take several minutes. So now Windows 10 is done. We're just gonna quickly go to Settings, go to System, and go all the way down to About. And you can see right here that we are on Windows 10 Pro. It's 19043, so this is the latest version. It's not the latest update. The latest one right now is 1151, but I haven't done Windows updates yet, so that makes sense. And now if we go to change product key or upgrade your edition of Windows, you'll see that Windows is activated. That was less than 20 bucks. So you really can beat prices like that. But just to show you the versatility of these product keys, let's shut down this VM and let's move over to Windows 11 Pro. I could buy another one, but let's say I'm never going to be using that product key again with Windows 10. I can reuse the same product key on Windows 11. It'll simply deactivate the Windows 10 Pro VM because the activation will have been passed on to this VM with Windows 11 on it. Now with the exact same product key entered, I'm just going to hit next. And now it's currently checking this product key with the versions of Windows that are on this ISO to determine which version it wants to install. And because that's the same Windows 10 Pro product key that we just used, it just picked Windows 11 Pro as the version that we're going to install. So now we're in Windows 11. So again, let's go to Settings. We're on System. We'll go all the way down to About. The Windows specifications, Windows 11 Pro 21H2. And this is build 22000.100. So now we can go to the product key and activation, and the activation state is active. And that is the exact same product key that I just used to activate that copy of Windows 10. So this is how you can get a fully activated copy of Windows 11. But that's what we're getting at right now, is that cdkdeals.com can provide ridiculously cheap Windows Pro product keys, which you can plainly see right here that we have a fully activated version of Windows 11. So this essentially means that for less than the price of a pizza, you can buy a Windows 10 Pro product key today, and when you're ready to use Windows 11 Pro, you're good to go. You don't have to buy another version. Now, the sponsored video aside, another cool thing that I wanted to check out here for my own personal interest is that they sell Windows 10 Enterprise long-term servicing channel keys. Now again, for this key, we're just gonna hit Buy Now. And this is just saying that we need to already have this version of Windows installed. But we can confirm. We can again enter that promo code. That's BEN25. We're going to apply that. And we can get this copy of Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC 2019 for only $14.47. But how do we get Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC? Well, right here, they have a link directly to download it. And you can see there's a download directly to the ISO, but I already have it downloaded, so let's switch over to that. I am getting a raging clue for that one.
Seriously, I have such a raging clue right now?
But anyways, let's create a new VM, and this one's going to be called Windows Long-Term Servicing Channel. Let's allocate 8 gigs of RAM to that. Create a virtual disk. We're going to leave that on VDI, and I'm going to pick a fixed disk size, which will allow it to run a little bit faster than normal. And for the capacity, I'm going to make this 100 gigabytes. Not that it matters, but having the additional space in there is worthwhile. If not, I can just delete it. Now that the VM is made, I just want to change a few settings. So I'm going to go to System, going to disable the floppy drive, move that down. That's just OCD, doesn't really matter. Go over to Processor, I'm going to pick 4 cores and enable PAE/NX. Now I'm going to go to Display. I'm going to make sure this is on VBox SVGA. I'm going to enable 3D acceleration, and I'm just going to slam this all the way to 256 megabytes of VRAM. And that's pretty much it. All right, we got that ISO in there. Now this one here doesn't have a product key during the install. It's just going to skip that part, and we have to enter the product key after. So we can pick between LTSC or NLTSC. Now this product key that we've purchased is not for N, so it will not work. So make sure you pick the top one. N is for Europe, where there was a law passed where all of the media applications are not allowed to be pre-installed, which is weird. You'll see why in a second. Now this is where it differs a little bit. So we could sign in with an account, or what we're going to do, domain join instead. Now this is essentially just going to be an offline account, just like before. So here we are in this very retro environment. The wallpaper alone is just giving me nostalgia. But just like the other installs, first thing we're going to do is go to settings, but you might be put off a little bit at how much bloatware is in this. Let's just start here, and that's it. That's it. There's nothing else included with this. Like, just for reference on this install size, that virtual drive was 100 gigs, so that's 94.4 after formatting. And we have 90.4 gigabytes free. This install is 9 gigabytes. That's it. And that's where I kind of think that this might be the ultimate setup for gaming, because on the long-term servicing channel, they're going to continue to service this for years. This isn't going to have giant routine updates all the time. This version of Windows is designed for a ridiculously long uptime before restarts. So that means that you're not going to be pestered all the time with rebooting the computer. The only downfall here is you'll also notice that there's no Microsoft Store. And as far as I know, you can't install the Microsoft Store. That also means that we can't download the Xbox app, we can't use Game Pass. But if you're diehard for Steam, or Uplay, Origin, the list goes on, you can still download all of those. And I really feel like a broken record here, but CDKdeals.com has discounted games for all of those. So you could buy this product key and a bunch of games and play them all on here with only 9 gigabytes of storage capacity being used by the operating system. So let's even open Task Manager, and let's just check out the idle usage here. 0% on the CPU and 1.2 gigabytes of memory. That is damn near close to Linux performance. So now let me show you how to activate it. Go to Start, go to Settings. Right here you can see that it's not activated. We can click this banner at the bottom. That'll bring us right here. So we're just going to go down to Change Product Key. And with the product key entered that we received in the email from cdkdeals.com, we can just hit Next. And now at this point, it's going to connect to their organization where the volume license key is coming from. So we can activate. This is going to take a little while, but once it's done, we will have a fully activated version of Windows 10 Enterprise LTSC 2019. So let's just click that sweet activate button. Now we wait. All right, there we are. That took a very long time. The VM also crashed and I had to do it again. So that was interesting. So we can just go right back to settings. And now in here, we'll just go right back down to update and security. We'll go to activation, and you can see that Windows 10 Enterprise long-term servicing channel is activated. I have another full version of Windows 10 Pro, which I've just shown is a fully working product key for Windows 11 Pro that makes me fully prepared for the future. And I even now own my own copy of Enterprise LTSC. So again, huge shout out to cdkdeals.com. This couldn't have come at better timing in the worst of ways. Because if you're a follower of my media channel, you'll know that I got a virus. And you'll also know from older videos before on this channel that I set my laptop and my desktop up so that any files on my laptop sync and then download on my desktop. And you better believe I got those viruses on my desktop. So both of my computers got completely wiped out. I had to format and delete everything. Luckily, I do make regular offline backups, so I didn't lose too much. But now, for testing purposes, I have VMs. So if one of these gets a virus, I just delete it and I start over. I can even clone it if I get it to a point where I like it and make multiple new ones without having to set everything up every time. And it just so happened that in the terrible timing of me completely resetting up my computer and moving over to a fully VM system for all of my testing, cdkdeals.com reached out and they wanted to sponsor a video. Now, because this is a sponsored video, I am going to be giving away one Windows Pro product key. So all you have to do is comment down below and say nothing other than hashtag Windows 11. No space, nothing else. And then I'll be using a random comment picker to pick a winner at the beginning of the next video on this channel. So one of you could win your own full copy of Windows 10 or 11 Pro absolutely free. Now the only speculation is you have to be a subscriber to the channel and the comment can only say hashtag Windows 11. So if there's anything specific that you want to see, feel free to leave some comments down below. I highly suggest you check out cdkdeals.com because that activate Windows thing in the corner of your screen, that's probably getting really old, and I'm pretty sure you probably want to change your wallpaper and everything. So for less than the price of a pizza, just go hit them up. Go buy a Windows 10 product key. And then if you want to make the switch to Windows 11 once it's publicly released, then you have a product key ready to go. So if you found something useful here, then like the video. If you didn't, then dislike it. That's cool too. Join the members program if you want to help the channel out, or if you're not really convinced that this is the channel that you want to be investing into, then at the very least, you could subscribe. Or don't do any of it. I'm not telling you what to do.